Hey guys, I'm Caleb, this is Zach, and today we're going back to high school.
As much as I don't want to.
Now, the reason why we chose this place was because we're going to be talking about bystander syndrome. And everybody knows high school is a perfect place to talk about bystander syndrome. What is bystander syndrome? Well, it is defined as the human inability to act when seeing something bad. Basically standing in the background when something terrible has happened. Now, remember how last video we talked about the guy who got shot in Boston? That's the perfect example of bystander syndrome.
Because everyone who passed him was a bystander.
Yeah.
They just looked at him and kept walking.
Now, some people don't think this is a big problem, but as that story tells us, it can lead to death. He literally died because of bystander syndrome.
Personally, my opinion is people need to stand up. They need to, well, first of all, they need to know what's right and what's wrong. And then when they see something going wrong, being done by other people, and they need to stop.
The problem, though, that generally people won't stop. See, bystander syndrome was born from the human fight or flight instinct, and most people generally choose flight. Nobody wants to get involved because they consider putting themselves in danger, and they don't want to be put in danger. No, we're taught not to stand out from the crowd. We're taught that being forward and different is bad. So bystander syndrome is really because of the way our parents, the way media has taught us.
To, conform
Yeah.
and be like everybody else. Even though, a lot of times, your parents tell you, and everybody else tells you to be yourself, be who you are, when they really, in actuality, further down the line, they say, okay, you can't do that anymore, you have to be like everyone else.
Yeah. Basically.
And you guys know from my channel, it drives me nuts.
The thing about bystander syndrome is it's something everybody can relate to. We've all been the subject of it in the past. Everybody has had this moment where they wish people would have helped them. I was bullied throughout my life.
I've been bullied myself.
We've seen our fair share of this. We've experienced our fair share of this.
What's worse is, I can't speak for Caleb, but me personally, I've been a bystander. I've watched as people have done stuff that I know is wrong, but I kept my mouth shut because I know that if I say something, I'm going to get in deep crap from them, and I didn't want that.
It's been worse for me. At one point, I wasn't just the bystander. I actually helped. It was a really bad choice in my life, but it was at the point where the friends I had growing up were starting to ignore me. So...
Because you were different.
Yeah. So I tried desperately to hold on to them, and this was just one of the poor decisions.
I mean, when we're teenagers, and we're in, junior high, we want to fit in. We want to be accepted by our peers, no matter what the cost.
And the cost is usually very high.
The cost is ridiculously high at times. Personally, with me, I've learned that that's not important anymore. What matters is how you see yourself, and if other people see you in a different way that could be called weird or even dumb, that's their opinions. Don't give in to society's opinions and other people's negative opinions about you.
Yeah, and me and Zach's case, we found good friends.
We found great friends.
To this day, people we knew in high school will still talk to us.
Hell, I go to college with one of my best friends from high school.
You're not alone.
No. Don't feel alone, because everyone's different in their own way, and that's okay.
No matter how many people ignore you, you will find people who won't. there will always be somebody who will say, that's not okay. I'm going to be there for you.
Don't be the bystander. Be the one to speak up when you know something is wrong.
For my case, my big changing point was actually a teacher. His name was Mr. Reed.
Yes.
See, he was good friends with my sister. So my sister introduced me to him, and he became like a dad to me. I'm not afraid to say it. He was like a father to me. There's one point I remember. We started doing drama, and I got teamed up with two girls. Of course, I was, the outcast. They were fairly mad about this. So, Mr. Reed says, whoa, stop. He stops the class, looks at our group and says, you girls had better feel damn lucky, because Matt is probably the best actor in this class. When, well, we got a passing grade. A very, very good passing grade.
So, there's an example right there. Like, Mr. Reed could have taken the bystanders route and just passed it by, maybe even said to Matt, deal with it yourself. I put you guys in this group, you're supposed to work together, just go off. But he didn't. He actually spoke up in front of everyone. Of course, he was kind of the authority in the class, but still, he spoke up and he's like, that's not right. So
he literally stopped his class to tell them to F off, basically.
I'm really glad that we've had people in our lives who are those role models, and we can look up to them in situations just like that.
Just look out for other people, and they're going to end up looking out for you.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks for listening, and I really hope we've encouraged you guys to not be bystanders. Speak up.
Leave us your opinions on bystander syndrome down in the comments. Tell us if you've ever been bullied, and how did it feel like. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+, and we'll talk to you later.
See you later, guys.
Ciao.